What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today is the day we are giving Tyler the Eco Diesel. We are actually, well, his flight just landed, so we're about to go pick him up from the airport. But Eco Diesel jet ski and the watch is in my truck, so we're gonna go pick him up, get him his prize. And yeah, I want to thank you all for your support along this entire journey, whether it be giveaways or just the channel in general, any of the builds, this, that, and the other. I just want to thank you all for your support. This is what it's all about. And it's been a long ride to get here. Let's get Tyler his prize, and he can get all the way back down to South Carolina, and he can fully enjoy his new vehicle. Yours. You're like, oh man.
I can't believe how new the interior still looks.
Quite, they said it's expensive, but
actually it's one of those. I have a $300 watch that I never wear.
I know, it's the same thing with me. I have like an Apple Watch. I never even wear it.
I'm afraid to even take it out.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
We're just going to put that back in there.
Yep. Yeah.
Decoration piece for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, that would terrify me to have a watch like that.
I know. And then here's the title to the there's the title of the jet ski, and here's the title to the truck. I think you might have to, I don't know what they do in South Carolina. You obviously have to change the title over, but yeah. There's that, and then I think this is all the booklets and stuff that come with the jet ski and all the instruction manuals and stuff. But all of this stuff is in here for you. Now it's official. Now it's all yours. It's all signed, ready for you to do everything.
I'll take care of all this stuff on Monday.
Yeah?
We go back to work.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, if the DMV is not closed down by then.
Probably will be. I know, that's what I said. I always wanted to be on the other side, because like I feel like I would sit there and like, you watch some of these things and people are like so excited. I'm like, I don't know how I would react. I would be like, yeah.
I don't get overly excited.
I know, I don't.
And I've had about 2 hours of sleep in the past 24 hours, so it's even
roll.
further down from there.
It's usually how I roll. I'll sit there and I'll like constant movement, so I'm like, all right. Like,
yeah, I couldn't sleep last night. My bedtime is when I actually had to be up to be at the airport for the flight,
yeah.
so it was like, yeah, it just
not happening.
Not happening.
Oh yeah, well if you want to fire her up, start her up.
Yeah, I'm real curious to see how it sounds in person.
Oh, it sounds in person? Well, you might as well just hear it. You have the keys, right?
Yeah,
yeah. I'll remote start it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start.
As I said, it's different. No one ever really messes with them, but it sounds really good. And I will say, this thing cranked all the way up. Like, I had to clean the tailgate yesterday. Like,
yeah, it's one of those, like, in the video it sounds good, and it don't sound exactly like the public, but it still has a good thing.
Yeah, so it sounds good. Yo, like I said, on the way back, you're probably cruising, and like, you probably make it all the way there with not even emptying tank.
Probably, because I think all together round trip, well, one way is 500 and something miles.
Oh yeah, you should be close.
I would get that almost in my gas truck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely shouldn't have any worries with fuel mileage.
Yeah, no, that'd be perfect. I know, I said cleaned it yesterday. I'm like, wait a second, this thing actually looks really good. And I was like, oh yeah. Like, no, listen, this is what I work with.
And to be honest, in the videos, this looks a whole lot bigger than what it is.
A lot bigger, yeah. But it's like, it's really not. So when people were like, even when I was back at, you know, the house in the garage, people were like, how do you have, why is it so messy? Why is there so much stuff there? What about cabinets? And I'm like, legitimately, people think what I'm working in is a lot bigger than it is. And like, even that, like, it's just you got to make do with what you know what you have.
And then you take them through something like this size, and it really eats up all the room at once.
Well, it's like that, and then that thing. Like I said, that thing blown up takes up that whole side. Even down, it takes up that whole side. But I'm not gonna roll it up, do that. So everything gets pushed, and then it's like,
This looked like a headache, and now seeing it in person, it really looks like a migraine.
Oh, I know. That's people like on the videos. Everyone's like, yeah, like that's sweet. But then when you actually like, you can't put it like when it's in real life, and you're like, yo, this is what he's dealing with. Yeah, like
because it's like the cab corner. I mean, on video, somebody will see you working on it for 5 minutes and knock it out in 5 minutes, and they're like, "Well, how come you can't get the rest of it done in the video?" Well,
but no, that took like 5 hours.
minutes. It took 5 hours.
Yeah, and people don't get that, so it's like, okay, and that's why I've been dreading doing and painting the cab, because it's like I got to do the whole roof skin and Bondo that and clean it. I mean, I just had a little extra, so I slapped it up there, but I got to do all that. And then I'm gonna do that, but honestly, I'm trying to paint all the other pieces. I almost shot the hood yesterday, but we cleaned the truck, so we're like, all right. But
yeah, and I was very curious to see this color in person. When it was let out that it was going to be pink, I was like, oh man, what is he doing?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, oh, and even like I keep looking at it, and I'm like, oh man, what am I doing? But it's like most of the time, when
the biggest thing is when I heard pink.
Yeah.
I thought like hot pink, like
hot pink.
Barbie hot pink, but this is actually like a darker pink, almost towards the purple.
Yeah.
And then plus, I think the metal flake in it actually sets it off.
That's what I'm saying. It's like just that little something, and like I don't know, because my thing is, you know, the fact of the matter is like this thing, I bought it for $3,500. So I'm just trying to show people that, you know, whether you got something that's, you know, $40,000 or $3,500, you can make something cool, you know, with just, you know, just a vision. So
yeah, because it's one of those. Is that a color that I would like to drive every day? No.
But I'm gonna see, like, even if it's, you know, even if it's like, even me, I'm like, like that's why every one more piece, another piece gets done, and I'm like, oh my goodness, because I'm trying to picture the whole thing this color.
Because it's one of those, you picture the fenders, you picture that, and everything's like, okay, a little bit of pink don't hurt, but then you got to realize the whole truck's going to be pink, and it's like,
I know. That's what I'm like, even me, that's what I said, it's a learning experience for me. I'm like, oh, we'll see, because like some of the other, even the yellow, when I had that, I was like, yo, this looks good, but I don't know how it's going to look when it's done. So I'm like, I see it, but I'm like, I just want to see it come together. That's why I'm just trying to keep knocking things out. Yeah. So I said, between the hood and the cab, I'm hoping to have all that done by the end of next week. And then I got my buddy who actually hauled my truck out to SEMA. He lives in Florida, and he's bringing me his Jeep to work on, but in Florida, dude, everything's so cheap. Truck bed. He found me a truck bed off of a work truck. There's a dent by the tail light, but worst comes to worst, a whole bed side's like $300, $400. Yeah. So still, but up here, truck beds are 15, 16, $2,000 for just a clean truck bed from the south that I just bought for $250. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, he's bringing me that, and then I actually have. He found me a set of doors for $400, and I ordered a set of doors, but they're taking forever to ship from eBay, so I might even just cancel that, and then. Just wait for the other doors. I was gonna have both sets come and sell one up here, but yeah, so it's like piece by piece. We'll get there.
I'm real curious to see the final product.
Yeah, that's how I am, because I'm like, I know I'm just trying to take something and make it, you know, no matter how ridiculous it is. I'm just saying that's my test in this is, can I make that ridiculous look good?
Yeah.
Like that's why at this point I said it was such a, you know, I said it wasn't that expensive. I'm just like, all right, let's see what we can do. Yeah. And again, it's just paint. If you really want to change it,
I mean, it's one of those. You always change it, but it sucks to really do all that work. Then like, you know what? I really hate this.
I know, but I can. That's why I just have the one screw in the grill. I'm like, I'm trying to picture the rest of it.
I think it's going to come out a lot better than what people think.
Yeah, and I think so.
Because I know people right now are 50-50 on it. I'm leaning more towards, I think it's going to look killer whenever it's done. I'm even 50-50 on it, but I think when it comes all together, it's going to look really good. Then if you do accent colors or even chrome to just help break up the solid color.
Colors.
I think if it would have been a couple shades lighter, I don't think it would look as good.
As I said, people don't realize every little thing, whether it be, you know, if they pick a suspension color or they do a paint color or this, that, and the other, people like look at me like I'm nuts and I can't make a decision. And I ask 13 people, hey, what's going on? What should I do? and they all look at me like nuts, but no, it's like every little thing, whether it's this shade or that shade or this color or that color or wheels, everything changes the look of the whole truck.
Yeah.
So it's literally, it's a whole thing.
I just get a headache looking at it.
Yeah. Oh, well, so like me mentally, we stripped it down pretty quick, and I'm like, cool. But then I was like looking at it yesterday after, well, obviously I get exhausted after I do everything all day. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's a lot going on here. I'm like, even the weather stripping and this, and like I got to figure out everything somewhere. I labeled all the bolts, I know that, but it's just like everything is somewhere. So it's like getting it back together. I'm like, yo, trying to remember. And
I think that's the longest part of putting something back together is trying to find where you put all the pieces.
Put all of it. That's why I'm just like, oof.
Because I know like just doing like little air intakes and stuff like that on cars and stuff. All the directions always say 30, 45 minutes. You're 3.5 hours into it. Where did I put this bolt that I need?
Yeah. And or like the wrench I just had in my hand. Where did it go? So I know that's it. It'll be, as I said, within the next hopefully week, I'll have, my goal is to have everything painted, the whole front end back together, so that when I get the doors in the bed, it's just kind of hang them. I would feel great if I did that, had everything except that, and even get a new windshield put in. That'd be sweet. I said, look, I guess as I said, even from the outside, people like, just like you're like, oh man, it really does get stripped down. Yeah. It does. So like, to me, it's just like, okay, I did it, but like,
it's one of those things. You look in there, there's hardly any interior left. I mean, the headliner's going, you have wires hanging down, and then you got just, it's a lot to take in. It could get very overwhelming very quick.
I know, and I think I do get overwhelmed often. I'm just like, but.
Yeah, and I would say more of the people that actually work on their own cars and trucks understand how much it takes, and the people that don't do any of the work, they're like, how come it's not done in a week?
Yeah. And why is it not? Yeah. As I said, the videos are just say 20, 30 minutes sometimes, but like you say yesterday between, you just say cleaning that truck and sanding all the rock chips out of that hood and sanding the hood and building that rack so I can hang the hood and this, that, and the other. I'm just like, it took 6-7 hours, and people don't realize just all different things. It's like, sure, if I, 5 a.m. till, midnight, like, I could probably get a lot done if I did that every day.
16-hour days, you're probably knocking out in a couple of weeks, but you're going to be dead at the end of it.
Exactly, and that's what people don't get. Even it's just some days where they're like 10, 12 hours, you're just like dead at the end of it. You're like, yo, that's a lot of labor, but like I said, it'll be worth it when I'm done. Like I said, I keep taking pictures along the way, and I want to see it, like, put it together. That's what's cool. I love seeing those. I just said the transformations. 26 by 14s, but they're for a Chevy, so he's got the 2-inch adapters on there. So
they look hella wide.
Yeah, they're like really wide. Even from behind, this thing is like just stupid, and it's like, I don't know. He loves it. I think this is a little much for me to. I want to be able to drive and not think about every little thing. Like, oh, I can't hit this crack, can't hit this railroad. It's clean. And then like, he actually said, when I did the yellow truck, I just sprayed them. He actually sanded them down, so you can almost not even tell they're on there. Try to replicate the 5th gen within there. They look pretty good. But yeah, nobody, so they shipped them from where they made them to us, and like nobody's seen them except we did first, like in person, because Danny, even the Alpharex dude, he only saw pictures, so we got the first set, and this is them. So I don't know when they're going to sell them, but 18. It's a 2018, and it's the old.